So integration, overview, integration, what is it? Integration, how do you do it? Integration, what comes next? And then we're going to follow up with our case report. Maddie. So what is integration? Well, it's a process in which a person revisits and actively engages in making sense of, working through, translating, and processing the content of their psychedelic experience. It allows one to gradually capture and incorporate emergent lessons and insights, moving towards greater balance and wholeness internally, their mind, their body, their spirit, as well as externally, their lifestyle, their social relations, and the natural world around them. Well, how do you do integration? I think you do integration in the prep session. You do integration the first time they step into your room. You know, this is a process, it's a progress, and it's not linear. And we know that ketamine allows for increased neuroplasticity, which creates new pathways, but also the reframing of things really starts before they even have the journey themselves. We really recommend to do integration sessions in the same room as the ketamine journey, which is the same place that they do the prep session. There's something about that. I've had many times that people come back for integration. They sit in the same chair, they put the weighted blanket on them, I play the music in the background, and they'll just lean into it. They'll relax and say, I already feel so much better. It's really interesting how set and setting are intertwined and how important that is for them. You know, people say, how do you do integration? What types of therapy do you use? Well, a lot of this depends on what your comfort is and what your knowledge base and background is. You know, it's an organic process and it can use various modes of therapy. Studies have been done with integration using IFS, using ACT, using CBT, and other modalities. It really depends on the provider. I find it's more important the relational connection with the client with integration more than actually the mechanics of how do you do it. But what I want you to think about, integration is an opportunity to really solidify the changes in their inner dialogue. You know, we're creating new pathways, and the journey is a launching pad that gives them insights and realizations. We want to incorporate new behaviors relating to the psychedelic experience. Are they realizing where their cravings are coming from? Are they realizing why they relapse, when they relapse? And you want to talk about that and bring it up. Additional considerations, I have more questions here than answers for you. So how soon after the journey? How many sessions do you do? How long in between the sessions, and when to journey again? The only answer I can give you is it's completely individualized. It's individualized to the client and what their needs are. There are some people that can have one journey and be great. They can do really well for almost a year. And there's some people that'll have a journey and within 2 or 3 days, they're already back to where they were at baseline. It really depends on the person. I tend to ask them what's happening for them. I'm monitoring them. We're doing urine drug screens to see if they're still in sobriety, if they're relapsing, and that's helping form our decision-making on how often and when to do integration. I want to jump now to the case report, Maddie. So in total, as of now, she's had 8 ketamine journeys. And she had 23 integration sessions. She reported having no recollection of any of her journeys. And slowly, after 3, 4 of them, started having dreams that were coming up for her. She would have memories and insights that started coming up during her sleep, but also during her activities of daily living. They were disturbing. At first, she couldn't believe that they were real. She couldn't believe that this really might have happened to her. She was convinced that she was making it up. And these memories that were related to chronic trauma, sexual trauma, physical and mental abuse, and the suicide of her sibling. One journey was completely reliving, finding out how her brother had killed himself. And it was very different than the story she had been telling herself all her life. And this is really common when we see patients with trauma and complex trauma. But what I really want to focus on is journey number 5. It was the 5th out of 8 journeys, and we called it the warrior journey. I'm going to read directly from my notes. So she came in and she said, I've been so sad. I've had 2 days of sadness. I've been crying a lot. I've been having nightmares for 3 days. I see myself under the bed, fighting back, clawing the floor, kicking and screaming. She said she was thinking back on her last ketamine session and watching them bury her. She felt it was healing and peaceful, and that was the last time she felt she could let it go and put it away. Her intention for this 5th journey was to make more space. She was given 300 milligrams of ketamine in a troche at 10:29. At 10:45, she swallowed the medicine. I put the chair in the reclined position, and she was silent until 12:02. She took her mask off, and this is what she said. I had a crazy journey. I couldn't talk because I was fighting my old soul. I was a warrior. I felt like a plastic bag flowing around. I kept telling myself, I don't deserve this. I deserve light and colors. I'm strong. I'm able. I'm laying in a field of wet mud. It's a grave. It's dark in a field. I can feel the wet mud being tossed on top, and it was me. I'm angry and I'm throwing the mud. I can feel it. I can taste the mud. I'm spitting out stones. I could feel my body going down into the ground. I felt the weight of it. The sky is getting darker, dark, cold, and wet. I feel a sail. The wind is a sail, and it's trying to put it in the bag. I'm trying to get it all in so I could package it and put it away. I got it in the bag and got ready to seal it, and all of a sudden the clouds came in and pulled it out of the bag. I'm sitting on the ground. I'm gritting my teeth, and I'm saying, I am done. I'm finished. I'm on the ground. I'm slipping. I'm sliding. I found something to put my feet around, and I was anchored, and I couldn't give up. I kept trying to put it in the bag, and I finally got it in, and I'm exhausted. I turned, and I saw the sun. There was the sun. I finally said, I'm done. I deserve to be happy. I deserve something better than this. I said, if I don't fight, I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to win. Every corner I turned, there was a challenge. I was in battle the whole time. I saw blood. I was bleeding. I was a woman warrior. I had arrows, a bow, a big round metal shield, and I held it in front of me. I had leather sandals. They wrapped all around my legs up to my knees. I could walk in water. I could walk on rocks, and they wouldn't hurt my feet. I was not playing. I was in battle. I don't know what happened. I just can't be someone that doesn't survive. I have to live. No matter what, I deserve to live. There was just so much adversity. There was no way I was stopping. Cut me, hurt me. I will keep moving. I launched and I said, I have control. My mind has control. I am queen of the ship. I get to sail it. I feel great. I feel loopy. I keep seeing my roots devouring and growing. I'm becoming strong and growing. I was a warrior on all levels. I had this weird stone ring on my finger. It took up my whole finger. I could hear it clanking against things. It was strategically mapped out. I knew what I was doing. I knew why I was so alone. I needed something different for me. It's time to let go. What's dragging me down, I can't give it any more power. So integration, right? What's the primary role of the clinician in the integration? A sincere and trusting relationship with the client. We have to hold space for them and facilitate and support. But integration is also the client, right? The primary role of the client is having a sincere and trusting role with themselves. Bravery, resilience, and active participation in their healing. The primary objective of integration is consolidation of life's events and movement towards acceptance, and integrating the parts and unifying themselves. That was lesson 5, integration.